Hey cinephiles, welcome to another Movie Clips review. This is JS.
And I'm James.
And today we're talking about The Raid 2 Berandal. So the title hints that this is a sequel. Back in 2011, The Raid Redemption came out. And by my estimation, action films were never the same again. I felt that that movie completely raised the bar.
Absolutely.
And I didn't know how they were possibly gonna top it. The same cast and crew has reunited more or less for The Raid 2, and I just think everything has been taken to the next level. I mean, they turned it to 11 for The Raid, it seemed like, so
Yeah.
I mean, now
Who knows where they're
past
at?
that. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's broken.
Yeah. Well, just general thoughts. What do you think about this film?
I loved it. I had seen The Raid, the first one, for the first time like 2 months ago, basically because I heard that this one was so good out of Sundance.
yeah.
And I was like, I have to see The Raid 2. I need to watch this, so let me get caught up. And then I liked the first one quite a bit, but then this one just blew me away.
Yeah.
It was amazing, amazing action sequences. I loved the story as well, so completely blown away.
Yeah, I mean, the first one had a very simple concept. It was pretty much in real time, and it was basically this siege on an apartment tower that's been taken over by this crime lord, essentially. But this next film, it picks up like 2 hours after the first film left off, but then it's also just this huge, like, it's an epic story.
It is, really is.
Basically about the crime syndicate in Jakarta. So this is Rama, and basically they're cleaning up the situation from the first film, and then he's gonna go undercover into this crime family to basically figure out all the corrupt police force that's in Jakarta at that time. It's a really sprawling story. In fact, it reminds me of movies like Infernal Affairs, which Scorsese remade into The Departed. New World, the Korean action film from last year as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just bigger in scope, and I think there's a lot of build-up.
It really is. Yeah. Yeah, they set the stage pretty well at the beginning. And yeah, you're right. It's basically the opposite of the first one. So the first one, real time, one location basically, and then this one spans years.
Yeah, that's right.
Literally does, and then it just only gets bigger.
Yeah, and in fact, fans of the first film might be a little concerned going in because it's something like the first half hour of this, not a lot of action, almost little to none.
Right.
But it's all of this, it's really a slow burn to what I think is just one of the most remarkable sequences in modern film, which is this prison yard scramble.
Yeah.
And I mean, a rainstorm has just finished. Everything's muddy.
Yeah.
And then all of these inmates and the guards just get into this all-out war, and it's
fantastic.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
There's like guys picking up rocks and slamming it on another guy's head, and people ripping each other's faces apart.
Yeah, from the jaw.
Yeah, this is an incredibly violent movie.
Yeah, really is. Really is. Especially that fight sequence was the most violent for me.
Okay.
And it was just like crazy, bones being broken, knives going everywhere, and it was just.
And you saw this in the theater, right?
I did, yeah.
What was the audience reaction like?
A lot of, not oohs and ahs, but, just cringes. You could hear the cringes happening, just people being like, oh.
Yeah.
And I was doing it too, so.
It's a very visceral reaction for the audience, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, some people are gonna be turning away and they'll be squeamish.
Right.
But if you can get it through that prison yard fight, I think you're gonna be.
Yeah, you're okay.
Yeah.
If you can make it through there, it doesn't get much more brutal than that, but it's still pretty gross.
But it definitely ratchets it up. I just gotta say, there's probably like a dozen set pieces with these gorgeously choreographed fight scenes throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Just a few of my favorites. There's one in a porn den that's especially memorable. In fact, if you saw Gareth Evans' sequence from VHS 2, there's actually a cameo from one of the actors in there, which is really nice.
That's cool.
Other ones, the Hammer Girl and Baseball Bat Boy.
My two favorite characters.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
I mean, you know how the first Raid was kind of like a video game and it's very simple plot?
Yeah.
These characters are almost like mini bosses that he has to eventually face down.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's this really brutal fight on the subway that takes place. Just lots and lots of memorable stuff going on. Like I can't wait to flip through the scene selections on the Blu-ray, just because I know each one is going to be, I know exactly what this scene is based on.
And this movie is 2.5 hours long. It's so long and there's so much in it that I can barely remember what happens in the middle. There's so much. I really just remember the end. Like all the fight scenes there because those are so great.
Yeah.
But there's so much stuff that happens throughout.
And they really did a well job of just like, okay, we're gonna be like talking about the impact of what we just watched in an action sequence, and how that relates to all the characters at large. In the first film, I would say they were martial artists first and foremost, actors second. This time around, there's some people there who are legitimately fine actors, and they are giving solid work.
Yeah, they really are.
So yeah, I cannot recommend The Raid 2 enough. It is my favorite film of the year so far.
Yeah, same with me, same with me. What I enjoyed about it, if you like Kill Bill, for me this was if you took Volume 1 and Volume 2 and then made one movie out of them, because it has the ultra-violence of Volume 1 with the compelling drama of Volume 2. So if you mix them together, and it was just the perfect match for me.
That's a great way to put it. It is the whole bloody affair.
Really is.
So, The Raid 2, guys, you gotta see it. For Movie Clips, this is JS.
And I'm James.